All right. So it says on a sheet of blank paper, sketch triangle GHI. So notice I sketched this one a little bit differently. I actually moved it away from the origin. So it says sketch JK through GHI such that point J is on GI. So here's GI, and here's point J, and that K is on HT. So each one of these is a little bit different configuration with the way that the triangle is oriented and the mid-segment is oriented, okay? All right, so part B says prove. So I've got this enormous proof, and I'll try and see if I can fit it all on the screen here. So part B is the proof that goes with this problem. Okay, and I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I use the proof from the example on the lesson. Okay, so I didn't come up with this whole proof myself. I used the information from the lesson. Oh, it's not even fitting here. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. There. Now it should fit. Okay, and so I just built a 2-column proof. And again, I didn't build this. I just used the example that was given, and I just plugged in the values that I was using instead of what was on the lesson. Okay, so the information that was given to me, and then I used reflexive property for angle I. I used addition property. Yeah, so again, you just want to use the proof that's in the lesson that corresponds with this particular problem. And you'll see it, it's, I think, on the 3rd or 4th page in this lesson. Okay. So there it is. I wrote out this long proof, and I finally proved that JK is parallel to GH because corresponding angles of congruent triangles make parallel lines. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot to this one. So if we use the proof that's already written, or a different proof, you can use the one that's already written, but you need to substitute in these values for it because these are going to be different. This triangle is going to have different points than the one that's in the lesson. Okay, so I think in the lesson it's like A, B, and C, and then there's E and F or something like that. So you need to change the actual values based on what's in this particular example. Okay, so it shouldn't take that long, but if you want to write the reasoning out and then just change the points, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Jasper, you had a question here.
When are the live lessons for next trimester? Just wondering.
I think they're going to be the same time. I don't know the days yet. I will get back to you on the days, but they'll be the same time. But I just need to look at my classes and see what days.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the last section here. Question 2. And again, this is similar to the other one we did where they gave us very specific instructions on this one here. All right. We got a little music here to liven things up a little bit. This is a 80s band, the Bengals. We get a variety of music here at Ridgeview for passing periods. So.
Any Disney?
Walk like an Egyptian here. think we get a whole lot of Disney music. We get kind of a variety of all sorts of different music. Okay, so let's get back to this one here. Last problem, number 2. It says on the coordinate plane, so we are going to graph again. And again, they are very specific about the instructions for this particular triangle. So they want, let's see, LM to be a vertical line. So L to M is vertical. And then they want M to N to be a horizontal line. And not only that, they tell you how many spaces each one of these should be. So L to M should be 3 spaces on your graph. And then M to N should be 6 spaces on your graph. And there's a reason for that. Because in part 2 or part B, they want you to label these so that you're gonna label Q and R based on a specific relationship, okay? So Q should be 1 length or 1 point from L and 2 points from M. So this is a 1 to 2 relationship, okay? And then they're also saying that for R should be 2 lengths or 2 points from N and 4 points from M. And again, this is a 1 to 2 relationship. Okay, 2 to 4, which reduces to 1 to 2. So we need that specific relationship when we draw our graph for this one. Okay, so the most specific it's been. Once we've done that, then we can label L, M, N, Q, and R with the coordinates, okay, down here. And then once we do that, then we can use the distance formula to find the proportionality. Now, if we've done this correctly, the proportionality should be 1 to 2 for both, okay? And that was the instructions that were given, okay? So we should find that these are 1 to 2, both of the proportional relationships. And what I've done is I've labeled, here, I'll make this a little bigger so you can see it better. So I've labeled this LQ over QM and NR over RM. And so I've found the distance formula for each one. All right, and then I reduced it. So this was 2 over 4, which I reduced to 1/2. Okay, so that's part D. Part E, we have to use the slope again. So in this case, we're going to find the slope of QR. And we're going to find the slope of LN. And we find that both of these slopes should be the same. And they are. If we reduce them, so 2 over 4 reduces to 1/2, and 3 over 6 reduces to 1/2 as well. So we should come up with the same slope. Okay, and then the last part then is to talk about the converse of the triangle proportionality theorem. Okay, and I just wrote a little blurb here at the very end about how I've proven using the distance formula, the slope formula, that in this case, both of these triangles are indeed proportional to each other. Okay, but again, this one was by far the most specific because it gives you specific proportions to make your triangles with regards to the lengths. So again, you have to pay attention very much when you create your triangle. There's much less room for you to make it, to create it. You're more taking directions to make your triangles. Okay, so I'll go back up to the actual graph. Okay, so hopefully seeing at least these helps a little bit. Seeing all the steps. I will say that if you do both parts, it's probably going to take you an hour at least. And what I would suggest doing is when you finish, take a picture of your work and then just upload it as the portfolio. Don't do it on the worksheet because again, you're going to miss all the graphs, which is the most important part of this particular assignment in the portfolio. So make sure you graph them, and then answer the questions, show all your work, and then submit it, and then I can give you credit for it.